We did a Freedom of Information Act request to South Bend, Indiana. We've been interested in what's been going on out there because of Mayor Pete Buttigieg. He's a new figure on the national stage, and so we try to investigate public controversies around political figures to find out what the truth is. Now, Buttigieg has had a crime problem out in South Bend. He's had a problem with the police because it's not that South Bend is a big city, but like other police departments, there are issues of racism. He fired a black police chief. So a lot of issues that Buttigieg has had to deal with. So we had asked for documents about some of those issues, and we got back this remarkable description of a diversity workshop the South Bend Police Department was making available to its police officers in 2017. And if you want to know why police officers feel put upon, just look at the details about this diversity training that's being made available, which includes a cultural competence rating for personnel. The training material also names various classes of prejudice, including languageism and sizeism. The South Bend Police Department's training materials claims all personnel have a measurable Cumulative Perceptual Index rating, which measure their cultural competence. Listen to this craziness. The CPI theory posits that our behaviors and biases today may well be rooted in our individual measurable CPI rating. Its base assertion is that we all have been exposed to bigotry and biases at various stages of our lives. What and with what levels of intensity those exposures took place is an important variable in our past, current, and future interpersonal interactions. One thing that the CPI theory holds certain is that none of us were born with prejudices and bias. It also posits that all of us have some prejudice or bias, and it gets dispelled in some way over time, and it is that it is a factor that can facilitate measurable adjustments in our CPI ratings. So this is what the police have to go through. Did you listen to that gobbledygook? You're all biased. The question is how biased you are, and we're going to measure it scientifically. This is the left. This is what the left would be doing to each and every one of you on a day-to-day basis if they were able to. And public employees, and specifically police departments, are victimized by these types of programs all the time. Major corporations do this too. And at the same time, they're being targeted with this ridiculous program. Crimes are going up in that city, South Bend. The headline in the Federalist in response to our disclosure. As violent crime surged, Buttigieg administration lectured cops on sizeism. God bless our police departments. God bless our police. I mean, police officers who it's a thankless job to begin with, but they are repeatedly undermined and attacked and burdened by the politicians who run their police departments or have oversight over them. I mean, just to do their basic work, defending the public safety, is almost impossible in this day and age. I'm surprised it happens. It's a miracle it happens. It is a miracle it happens. They had 1,200 violent crimes occur in this city of 102,000 residents in 2018. Including a fourfold increase in aggravated assault. And as the story kind of tongue-in-cheek asks, or raises the issue, it says, it is unclear what effect, if any, the diversity training sessions had in improving policing in the city. So Buttigieg, we also have another lawsuit again. So you've got that craziness, which we've exposed. We didn't actually have to sue for these records, so that's a remarkable victory. Buttigieg is also, his conduct more specifically is the subject of a Access to Public Records Act lawsuit that we filed. because what had happened was Buttigieg had worked with this outside group in South Bend to provide IDs for illegal aliens. And by using a third party, allegedly private third party to do it, they thought they could protect that whole scam from public records requests. So we weren't going to buy into the cover-up. We saw what was going on, so we sued. And so I think we've actually taken discovery there. So we've actually deposed a witness or two in that case in South Bend, Indiana. So Mayor Buttigieg is not immune from scrutiny. And you should know that corruption in Washington, D.C., illegal secrecy in Washington, D.C., you think it's just a D.C. problem. It isn't a D.C. problem. It happens all over the country. And Judicial Watch, where we can, like in South Bend, go into courts across the country to try to force government transparency in an effort to, in the least, educate the American people about what its government's up to. Buttigieg has this diversity craziness he's forcing the police to go through. He was hiding documents about his relationship and his scheme to disguise his public activities to give driver's ID cards to illegal aliens by using a cutout. We are getting documents on that. So Judicial Watch, again, comes to the rescue, doing the basic oversight that our corrupted media refuse to do and that our government obviously doesn't want to do and obstructs us from doing the work that we're trying to do in terms of getting the transparency. So we're only able to do it with your support, and I encourage you to track all of our work on our website at judicialwatch.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're everywhere. And if you like what we're doing, and if you're not already doing so, support our work directly.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.